inside our New York studios. 30 minutes to wrap up the Saturday around the country. Brent Stover, Pete Gillen, Roy Hibbard, and our CBS Sports College Basketball Insider. His name is John Rothstein. It's inside college basketball, and we start in the Big 12. Second-ranked Iowa State started 16-0, then fell Tuesday at Kansas by 21. The Cyclones and TJ Otzelberger looking to rebound on the road against Cincinnati. And again, Otzelberger and company. He was on your podcast this week, so you thought he would come in with momentum, JR. But since he had other ideas, big shot, Baba Miller, 41-38.
Yeah, and then more here in transition. Jizzle James going to probe and knock down the floater. It's 56-42. More here from the Bearcats. Day, Thomas, 67-50, Cincinnati rolling. But here come the clones. Milan Momcilovic at 26 in the second half, 34 for the game, trying to cut down this deficit. But more here. James, the Sincere Harris, biggest win of the Wes Miller era today.
First home win against an AP top 2 team since 1967 for Cincinnati. Meantime, Iowa State, obviously the headline, back-to-back losses after starting 16-0. Those 34 for Momcilovic, a career high, but they come up short again.
For me, for Iowa State's losses, it's the fact that they're not getting back in transition after turnovers. The last 2 games against Cincinnati, they had 12 turnovers to the result of 20 points off of those turnovers. Against Kansas, another 12 turnovers, and you know it's 17 points. There's no way you can win games if you're giving the ball up and you're not getting back in transition and at least getting stops.
Well, Iowa State plays at Hilton Coliseum. I coached there when I was at Virginia. We came in second. When you go on, second ain't good in basketball, but no. Go on the road at Kansas, murder, at Cincinnati, a good solid team. Roy hit it on the head, right? 12 turnovers really devastated them. And, Cincinnati played really, really well. And, you haven't had too many boos. You got some boos there in Cincinnati, so credit to them. But on the road, it's a lot different. Iowa State's a heck of a team, but they struggle away from Hilton Coliseum.
Well, Pete, look at the non-conference schedule for Iowa State. Mississippi State and the Sanford Pentagon. 3 games in the Players Era Festival in Las Vegas, a home game against Iowa. True road environments are a completely different animal. We saw it this week for the Cyclones, Brent, especially in the Big 12.
Great point, John.
Day Thomas, 19 on 8 of 18 to lead Cincinnati in that home win. Up next for the Cyclones, home against UCF Tuesday night, 7 Eastern, right here on CBS Sports Network. Meantime, 11th-ranked BYU, a tough roadie at number 15 Texas Tech. The Red Raiders had won the last 4 against the Cougars, and this game was as advertised. Deadlocked at 50 in the second half. Robert Wright, the third, drives in for the layup, slicing through the D and 1. Cougars up 53-50.
He's a very electrifying point guard who can score. But you know what? This time he said, I'm going to pass it to my main man, Richie Saunders. He'll knock down the corner 3. The Cougars are up 61-52. Texas Tech is down. Anderson will dish it to JT Toppin. He'll shoot the 3 at the top of the key, bank it off the glass. All right? And now Anderson says, you know what? You can score, but let me get busy to myself. He'll take it, say, it's my turn. He'll knock down that 3. Texas Tech is up 75-67. Anderson dishes to DeJuan Watts for the nice little layup. Texas Tech wins 84-71.
You got it. So now Texas Tech with that 13-point victory goes to 4-1 on the Big 12. Cougars fall for the first time in conference. Mentioned Toppin with the big game. He and Christian Anderson combined for 49, and then Watts gives you 20 on 6 of 13 to go with 8 rebounds. As we showed you, top-ranked road teams had some tough ones Saturday. One who escaped was the Boilermakers, ranked number 5 at USC, John.
Yeah, Chad Baker-Mazara picking up the loose ball. He gets it with the dunk. That makes it a 14-point lead. But here comes that man, Braden Smith with the triple, 33-32 in favor of the Boilers. Smith again going to the right curl, drills it. 57-56 now. Ezra Uzar, Utah transfer with the stuff. Good game, 60 all here down the stretch. Oscar Clough, rough and Clough. Gets the backboard, gets the finish. 1-point lead for Purdue. And Brent, here goes that man again. Braden Smith absorbs contact, gets a little bit banged up on the finish, but it doesn't matter. Purdue, 5-point winners at the Galen Center. 22, 5 assists, 4 boards, 3 steals for the best point guard in the sport.
Well, in 18 of his 22 in the first half, they closed that first half on a 12-2 run. He had the final 8 of the half, and that gave him the momentum into the second half. Purdue on a 9-game winning streak now, Pete, after that lone loss to number 10 Iowa State at the time.
You know, it's 7-0 in the Big Ten, first place. Yep. And the key is Braden Smith, first-team All-American, was mentioned today, over 20 points, assists, tremendous player. Wouldn't let him lose. That's Southern Cal. That's a tough place to win. Eric Musselman's an outstanding coach, but credit the little guy with a big heart, Braden Smith.
Yeah, for me, it's a Purdue. I think this is one of the most well-balanced teams that they've had in a long time. I like them way more than when they had Zach Edey. He was dominant. But they're way more spread out now, and everybody
It's impressive for you as a big man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but Oscar Clough really rose to the occasion. 7 for 8 from the field tonight. He doesn't need a lot of possessions. I think this team is complete. I would love to see Fletcher Loyer play a little bit better. You know, he hasn't played too well, shot the ball really well the last couple games, but they're finding ways to win games, tough games, and I like it. They're a veteran team.
One thing you can't underestimate, too, and you guys dealt with this a little bit, too, in 07, 08, when a team brings back a high percentage of returning scoring from the year prior on a team that went far in the NCAA tournament, that team knows that it's going to be defined by what it does in that season's NCAA tournament. So obviously you want to win every game, but keeping a team engaged, and coaches have told me this throughout the course of the season, when you are ultimately going to be defined by March, it's a tough thing to do for somebody like Matt Painter.
All right, USC certainly played well, but they come up short now, 3-4 in the Big Ten. Let's stay in that conference. 4th-ranked Michigan paid a visit to Eugene to take on Oregon. The Wolverines off to their best 18-game start in 7 seasons, while Oregon 8-9 off to their worst start in a decade and a half. And what a game, 40-38, 2-point early second half, and now the court hesitation, pull-up buzzer beater right there. It's 41-40 at the break, Roy.
Great shot at the half. Michigan is down by 1. Adai-Mar, he's going to shuffle pass to Burnett for a nice two-handed slam. I love bigs that can pass the ball. L.J. Carson will get it to Mraz Johnson. Nope. Was it a pass? Was it a shot? He finished it anyway. Elliot Cadeau is going to wheel and deal, kicks it off the glass. Michigan wins 81-71. Michigan has matched best start since 2021.
Yeah, 16-1 and now 6-1 in conference play. Cadeau gives them 15. Burnett with 15 in the victory on the road. Back to the Big 12. Number 1 team in the country, Arizona, going on the road against a UCF team that beat Kansas a couple of weeks ago, Pete.
No question. Jaden Bradley drives and makes a layup. Wildcats up 47-40. Anthony D'Orso blocks a shot, leading now. Bradley on a roll. Finish a shot. Nice basket. Wildcats up 57-49. Here's that man again, Bradley. Nice penetration. Alley-oop. Dakota Pete. Arizona wins 84-77. Roar. Wildcats roar.
Again, UCF acquitted themselves pretty well, but this is a juggernaut. Arizona 18-0, 5-0 in conference play. Bradley 23 on 6 of 11, 6 boards and 5 assists.